Well, good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you are in this beautiful world, and certainly whenever you're tuning in. It's good to be with you today. I wanted to start today by talking about a book that I picked up this week. It was recommended to me, and I wanted to share a little bit about it. It's called You Are the One You've Been Waiting For. And I don't know if anybody is familiar with this book. It's by Dr. Richard Schwartz. And he created a therapy called internal family systems therapy. It was something that was new to me, but a friend was talking about reading this book and it sounded really intriguing. So I picked up a copy for myself. And what he says is that our psyche has multiple parts, and that most of the problems that we have or the challenges that we have in relationships come up because we unconsciously or consciously, but a lot of patterns, of course, are unconscious. We unconsciously burden other people or our partner. In this case, he talks a lot about couples therapy, with our with caring for the parts of ourselves that we feel are unlovable, or perhaps parts of ourselves that we've disowned, that we're not willing to admit. And he says that healing those triggers and building intimacy with another, whether that's a partner or a friend or a family member, doesn't start with the other, that it actually begins with us. And it begins with us accessing our own wisdom, our own compassion for ourselves, so that we can begin to heal ourselves rather than looking to another to do that. So if you've been meditating with me for a while, this is probably not new to you, this turning the lens inward, looking internally at what is going on with ourselves. It's really what we do when we meditate. We develop present moment awareness of our thoughts, our feelings, and sensations on purpose in the moment. As I said, present moment. We become the observer of our thoughts with zero judgment. At least we strive for that. We engage in self-inquiry practices that help us look to the deepest part of ourselves, to find or awaken our inner wisdom and bring up wounds that might be needing attention or might be needing some healing. And we show ourselves compassion and kindness always. I talk about that in terms of the 5 essentials. And so I thought it was really beautiful that this groundbreaking approach to therapy, which it's been called, turns the lens inward for us to access our own wisdom instead of looking to another to heal us. So today we are going to be doing the seed meditation, which is, if you recall, the simple, easy, everyday meditation. It's a collection of small practices that are kind of strung together, that flow together. It's a great format, if you will, or practice for doing every day. Very simple. So we'll begin with a short mindful body awareness practice, and then move into a heart-centered breath, followed by self-inquiry, and then a breath awareness practice before ending with a silent mantra. So these are the practices that I go to over and over again when I'm doing meditation in the morning and at night, whether they are all together or just on their own. A couple of essentials before we get started. Of course, it's okay to have thoughts. Thoughts are normal. Just notice when you have thoughts and allow them to move through your awareness rather than attaching to them and investigating them too much as a distraction. Don't try too hard to have a certain experience. Bring a beginner's mind, as always, to look at the experience that you're having and maybe approach it with a bit of wonder and curiosity, letting go of any expectations that you might have. Of course, always being kind to yourself, showing yourself compassion like a good friend would, and stick with the practice. We will be meditating today for about 20 minutes, and I will keep track of the time. So let's go ahead and begin. Get yourself comfortable in a comfortable position that allows you to be both alert and relaxed at the same time. Whatever that means for you. If that means you need a cushion behind your back, or you need to put your arms at your sides or in your lap, whatever feels comfortable and good for you in this moment. And if you need to shift during the meditation, that is perfectly fine. You can always find another position in stillness that feels a little bit better. So go ahead when you're ready and either gaze at a point in front of you or close your eyes and allow yourself to arrive. Allow yourself to be right here, right now. Letting go of anything that came before this or anything that's to come. There's nowhere to go and nowhere to be except here in the stillness. And begin by giving yourself some long, slow, and deep breaths. In through the nose and out through the nose. Settling the nervous system. And training your brain to be right here. No future and no past. Allowing your belly to be soft and receptive. And giving yourself permission to soften and to be held. Allowing your breath to return to its natural rhythm and depth. And throughout this practice, you'll ideally breathe through your nose. And we'll begin with a short, mindful body awareness practice. We'll scan the body from head to toe with mindful awareness without any judgment, any labels, any concerns. And we'll do this as a way of becoming more tuned in and intimate with the sensations in our bodies. Bringing your awareness to the head, beginning your relaxation and any release at the top of the crown or the top of the head. Noticing any sensations that might be present here. Perhaps you feel a warmth, expansion, a coolness. And whatever that is for you, it's natural. Welcoming everything as you begin to bring your attention to your forehead, your eyebrows, your eyes, softening your eyes, your cheekbones, noticing any sensations in and around your ears, your nose, your mouth. Noticing the sensations in your mouth, your teeth and your tongue, the roof of your mouth. And whenever you notice your attention has drifted away to an idea, another part of the body, or a place, come right back here and continue being aware of the body. Tucking your chin slightly, allowing the back of the neck to lengthen just a little bit. Lowering your shoulders, softening your throat. Noticing the way that the arms hang comfortably at your sides or in your lap. Perhaps the way the clothing rests on your skin. Noticing the support that's beneath you. Perhaps the way the chair, the sofa, or the cushion holds the weight of your body. The contact points where your seat and the back of the thighs meet the support. Noticing the spine, reaching from the tailbone all the way to the base of your neck, where it connects into the skull. Relaxing your thighs, your hips, allowing yourself to release even 5% more into the support beneath you. Letting the body be heavy, relaxed. Relaxing your knees, calves, and ankles. All the way to your toes, the bottoms of your feet. Grounding, releasing. Welcoming everything, resisting nothing. Tuning in as you rest in this awareness of your body. Bringing your attention now to the gentle rise and fall of your chest, the area behind your breastbone, the place that you might point to or touch when you say I or I am. This is your heart center. You might see or feel or imagine this space as a warm, bright light shining outward and radiating from the center of you. If you're so inclined, you're welcome to put your hand over your heart. Really making a connection with the heart. Loving and caring and kind place in your being. This is the light of you, the light of your awareness. Imagine this light, this radiance of your inner being increasing with each and every breath. Continue fanning the flames of your light for another few breaths. I'll keep track of the time. You're welcome to rest your hands back in your lap. And I'll invite some questions now. It's not important to think about whether or not an answer will meet the question right now, but simply notice what arises, if anything, as the question rests in the stillness. The first question is, who am I? Who am I? Without any thoughts or words, roles or responsibilities. Ask yourself a few times, who am I? This one looking through my eyes, this wise one deep within me. And then return to the stillness. Now let that question go and any answers that may have arisen for you. And ask yourself, what is my true nature? What is my true nature? You're welcome to repeat the question a few times and see what arises in the stillness. Letting that question go. Bringing your attention now back to the breath, noticing how it enters and leaves the body, not trying to change it in any way, simply becoming mindful of the sensations of the breath, the movement of the breath. You might notice any subtle sensations as the breath enters the nostrils. It might be cooler on the inhale and warmer on the exhale. Perhaps you notice a tickle or a tingling in the throat. Perhaps you tune into the direction of the breath, whether it moves down into the body or up into the body. Perhaps it moves directions. Tuning into what's true for you. Letting your breath draw your attention, charm your attention. Noticing how the breath shifts. Perhaps as the body shifts, then the breath shifts. Simply get curious about your breath, this natural, beautiful giver of life. I'll introduce a mantra now, which you're welcome to repeat silently along with the breath. On the inhale, the mantra is hum, H-A-M, hum. And on the exhale, the mantra is sa, S-A-H, sa. Hum on the inhale, sa on the exhale. It means I am that. Hum, sa. This repetition of this mantra is very gentle, like an internal chant. I'll keep track of the time as we sit together in silence, gently repeating the mantra. Hum, sa. If you notice that your attention has drifted, simply bring it back to the mantra. Hum, sa. Gently releasing the mantra now and resting for a few moments more in the stillness. I'll keep track of the time. The time will come when, with elation, you will greet yourself arriving at your own door, in your own mirror, and each will smile at the other's welcome and say, "Sit here, eat." You will love again the stranger who was yourself. Give wine, give bread, give back your heart to itself, to the stranger who has loved you all your life, whom you have ignored for another. As our meditation comes to a close, I encourage you to take as much time as you need coming out of meditation. Slowly and gradually bring your attention back to the space around you. Perhaps bringing a gentle movement back into the fingers or toes. If you're ready, you can bring some larger movements back into the body. You might stretch your arms or legs into the space around you, in front of you, or above you. And when you're ready, taking your time, you're welcome to blink your eyes open, to take in your surroundings with a fresh perspective, perhaps taking in yourself with a fresh perspective. Thank you so much for joining me today. May you greet yourself today with elation as you navigate your day or your evening. I'm honored to be with you each Monday, and thank you so much for coming today. If you're inclined to bring your hands together, thumb knuckles at your breastbone, go ahead and do that now. The light in me honors and sees the light in each and every one of you. Namaste. We'll see you next time.